what made you agree to do the hot seat for us on the EqIA support network?
Well, I'm really pleased to be able to do it, and indeed flattered to be the first person to be asked to do it. And I suppose one of the really important things that I'd hope to get out of it, and indeed share with colleagues, is being at level 5 of the equality standard for local government. One of the things that we've learned in Tower Hamlets is that getting there is about sharing knowledge with other local government partners and using that shared knowledge to inform and improve what we do. So it seems to me that this hot seat being in the hot seat, should I say, is an absolutely fantastic opportunity to strengthen that dialogue and indeed work together to improve what we're doing around diversity and equality, and obviously particularly HR, as that's the first subject that we're going to be looking at.
And what challenges and experiences do you think you're going to bring to the hot seat from Tower Hamlets?
Well, I see it in two ways actually. We were involved alongside Bristol and Gravesham in the peer support initiative, which I hope colleagues have looked at some of the results of that piece of work. But I suppose one of the really strong messages that came out of going to other authorities and thinking through how everyone does their EqIAs, often in quite different ways, is that sharing of knowledge brings a greater confidence amongst us all. Because one of the things that is clear, that people sometimes get very anxious about equality impact assessments, sometimes I think rather unnecessarily, because we do need to locate those within our general sort of service improvement work. So again, that point about sharing knowledge is important to reiterate that message. Particularly in Tower Hamlets, there are a couple of issues around HR which we hope or attempt to resolve through the equality impact assessment process. And again, I'd be interested in colleagues sharing any experiences they have around this. One is the importance of not only using the impact assessment process to look at policies, but then actually how those policies translate into practice, because indeed otherwise there's not much point in having them, and I think we often kind of forget that. And linked to that, a key issue for us is a workforce to reflect the community. The reason why that's important is, especially around a service improvement, ensuring that access is open to all our residents, understanding what our residents are like, and then using our local community as our potential workforce. And clearly, therefore, the EqIA process is a key tool to make that happen. So I guess those are my top two kind of topics, at least maybe to just kick us off in some of the discussions.
And do you think that in terms of partnerships that you would also have things that you might like to share with others around HR and issues?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, partnership is a key principle for our work in Tower Hamlets, and one of the ways that's illustrated is that we do have a joint head of HR with our local primary care trust. So using the EqIA process across organisations, I think gives us there's great potential there for improvement, but also another important aspect of that is the relationship, if you like, between corporate HR and how that translates into service directorates, so that's another partnership. And additionally, given that we work increasingly with contractors, how we might use the EqIA process to think about what that actually means in terms of HR across not only public sector organisations but potentially private sector ones as well. That dialogue, swapping ideas, sharing good practice is the way that we can all move forward. So I absolutely look forward next week to discussing things with colleagues, answering questions, having a debate, and hopefully it's going to be a productive exercise for us all. So look forward to hearing from you from Monday morning onwards.